cannot see your levels because they're on here. Go ahead and talk.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. All right.
They're
Well,
still working. All right.
I haven't done this in like a month, so I might just forget everything.
No worries at all. I just wanted to know that I didn't break your
Recording.
microphone.
I mean, you probably did. It's just like a slow break. We'll find out about it. Anyway, so yeah, the beach sucks. I don't like the beach. And when you get there, there's too much ass in your face, and it's like when you go. It's like when you go into the candy aisle to get candy. This is all I can compare it to. When you go into candy aisle to get candy, you get paralysis because there's too many options.
The vending machine effect, absolutely.
Well, vending machines, I feel like there's never enough. I get greedy, and I'm like, oh, this is the best you have is a Twix.
I think I might just have more ADHD than you because vending machines, because it's also the structure of it.
What do you mean?
Know?
Of a vending machine?
Yeah. So, like, a candy aisle, yes, also overwhelmed, but in a different way.
Okay.
A candy aisle is like, how am I ever going to choose, right?
Sure.
The idea of choosing a single thing
it's
is
inconceivable.
It's inconceivable,
Yeah.
exactly. Vending machine is debate paralysis. You know what I mean? Where you're weighing the potential enjoyment from several fixed options.
Sure. And you're normally
but you're in a
spot.
never-ending loop of it.
I was going to say with vending machines, you're normally in a spot where you're like, dude, I've been at a swim meet for 4 hours. I need something good.
Sure.
You know, a vending machine, it's never like you have a vending machine at your birthday party.
Yeah.
It's always like you're at a shitty place doing a shitty thing, and you're like, I fucking need this to be good. I need this to pay off. I need when I can't think straight, and I'm about to pass out. I need this bite of a Twix to completely like rejuvenate me.
So in that choice, it's not even about the candy. It's about the value from outside things that have been affixed to this candy.
But that is the candy.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I don't separate church and state. I love saying that, and and for someone who reads a lot of history, I really don't understand.
It's a good way to end a sentence.
I think it's just pretty straightforward, isn't it? Anyway, but yeah. I was going to say on the candy thing, part of that is like there are a lot of options where you're like, who gets this? But then it's the same with the beach and the ass, and you see like a lot of people and you're like, who is this for? But then you see someone that loves that and you're like, oh, I guess it's like I see people at the beach. What I'm trying to say is they're like good and plenties. That's their butt.
Sure, absolutely.
There's plenty of it.
Yeah.
It's good and plenty.
And it's good for
people
someone.
love good and plenty.
I don't know that people, plural, love good and plenty.
My mom is one. Do you know another?
I believe my mother is also.
No way!
Yeah.
Dude, I see a good and plenty around, and I'm like, this is such a crazy vice. It's such a crazy
licorice.
vice.
I don't like
they
licorice.
love licorice.
I don't like Sambuca. I don't like absinthe.
Well, you don't like regular licorice?
I like Jägermeister. I don't like black licorice, which is
black
the licorice.
No, that one sucks.
You know?
Yeah, it's real. It's terrible.
And I don't like good and plenty.
What about Twizzlers?
I like Twizzlers,
I
but
love
they're
Twizzlers.
like almost, I don't know, Twizzlers are like, they're like country music.
Country music?
Yeah, where
I don't know if I'd say that.
They should be an acquired taste, but because they have been so watered down, now like Twizzlers are for everyone, and so is country music.
God damn it, I actually agree with that take, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to say that it's like super underrated.
No.
Although I guess it sort of is. Can I tell you a crazy Twizzlers or licorice story?
Okay.
So my grandmother, one of her things was she always had, we called her Oma, by the way. It's German. And she always had candies around. She always had like a little thing of M&Ms, like with like a silver spoon. And she always had like a glass jar, like a tall glass jar, like a hexagon jar, like it's this tall, and it has red and black licorice.
And these
you're
are
like,
nice things that you do for children
amazing.
in the old country.
They're amazing. And as a
they're
kid,
also similar to like things you read in monster stories.
It
you
is.
know?
It is. It's weird. It's weird and it's creepy, but I mean, you gotta take it, dude.
For sure.
It's amazing. You get to pop that thing open.
My grandma had a legit cookie jar. Not to interrupt,
Oh,
but
that's
just
sick,
like
but
archetypical things.
Yeah. So, and I would every single time I went to her house, I would pop it open, take a Twizzler. That'd be like the first. I'd be like, "Hey, can I have a Twizzler?" She'd be like, "Fucking take a Twizzler, faggot." And then no, she didn't say that. She forgot my name. So, but
is that what
so that's
your
where I'm
name
getting to
was?
though is so the Twizzlers used to be like replenished all the time, and then I remember when she was like she got really bad Alzheimer's or dementia. I don't even know the difference.
Sure.
I forget.
No, I actually do not
Ironically.
know the difference either.
The point is she couldn't remember anything. She was losing her mind. Everything was going downhill. And I remember like my mom, my uncle, my brother and sister, and maybe even my aunt were sitting in my grandmother's like dining room, all eating like takeout Chinese because we're all just like camping out at my oma's while she's not doing well. She's in the other room, and I was just like, I popped open the Twizzlers and I was like, look at this. And I took out a Twizzler and I dropped it on the floor and it shattered into a million pieces.
What, it just crystallized?
because it was like symbolic of how long it had been since my grandmother replenished it. Like she was so like she used to be so on top of that.
Absolutely.
But I didn't realize. I thought it was just funny in the moment. I thought it was funny, and then my uncle was just glaring at me, and he's like, "I don't think that's funny," because I was basically just being like, "This is Oma's brain right now." Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that weird and symbolic?
Synchronicity probably isn't the word for it, but just
parallelinity,
I think, is the word for it.
Absolutely.
But yeah. That is nuts. Also, that's like a core memory for you now.
Yeah.
Totally is the different meanings that is taken on throughout your life. Whereas it was just a funny thing when you did it. Well, now it actually has meaning. And then later on in your life, when you're no longer able to be as on top of shit, that's going to take on new meaning for you yet again.
Well, I think I'm prepared for that one at least because I can like see it coming. When I dropped it and I thought it was funny, I never thought I would look back and be like, oh shit, it was like Oma. It was like representative of her brain.
I can see.
But I can see myself being like, oh, fuck, the licorice.
I can see the old man like, you're going to be. Yeah. And your giant, wet eyes are going to be so gross when you're old.
They are. Dude,
they're
I'm
beautiful now, Harry.
Yeah,
but they're going to be gross. Because your sockets are going to get loose around them.
They're going to get loose.
Yeah, you're going to have these loose-ass sockets, wrinkly-ass sockets
you're gonna see like the red part of my eye, the interior part where you're like, oh, God. How is that exposed to the air right now?
Yeah.
That doesn't look safe.
It's going to be upsetting to make eye contact with you when you're old.
Oh, dude, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Your Twizzlers are stiff.
That's why when I'm old, I'm only going to stare at people's tits. And they're like, I can't tell if he's just insane. Like, I can't tell if his eyes are just... I guess for guys, I'll just, like, stare at their crotch.
For women, they're going to make, my eyes are up here, and then you're going to make eye contact. You're going to actually go back to staring at mine.
If you're old enough, you can absolutely... I mean, dude, I've heard the horror stories of nurses, and they have to deal with, like, old dudes. And I'm like, oh, my God, that just sounds so horrible.
Sure. I
but
don't
also,
know. I think I think it's a different sampling because the people whose families are willing to just drop them off into a nursing home.
Yeah.
That's a sample of people who never really gained the affection from their family necessary to keep them out of the nursing.
I think that there are people that still do it. I'm saying I don't think any that's ever happened.
Hold on. But this is my nursing home hot take. We're doing it.
Nursing home hot take.
Purely for the camera. The old people, the sample size of old people in nursing homes are the shittiest old people.
Man.
Whether through misfortune or through the fact that, and I understand there are economic concerns,
of course.
But I see a lot of low-income families making it work to hang on to grandma. If they're willing to put you in a home, it's because you didn't earn enough to keep a spot later in life.
Oh, dude, I'm kind of coming around to that at the end. That was very well put at the end. I was kind of like, no, because they kind of have to. But then I was like, yeah, you don't have to put her on the bench.
Yeah, you didn't.
She can die on the field.
You didn't tend the house.
If she's a superstar, she's dying on the field. But okay, to defend that group of old people in the retirement home, or whatever it is, they have more sex than anybody.
Oh my God, that's what I was hoping you were going to say. They fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where STDs are the most rampant is in retirement homes.
And that's where they're making new ones.
You're right, dude.
Yeah, all these diseases coming out of China right now. China has the highest percentage, or has the largest elderly population. It's because they're all these state-sponsored nursing homes. I lived there for 10 years, and this is probably not true, the things that I'm saying right now.
Probably.
But they all live in these state-sponsored nursing homes, and they all fuck each other and create these new diseases that they send westward as weapons against democracy. Hot take number 2.
Wait.
old Chinese people fucking in nursing homes is causing the demolition of the West, combined with
well,
the
I think
CDC of
I
RFK.
think it's a component, but you're underestimating the Chinese if you think that's it, because every white guy I see has a Chinese girlfriend. That's the takeover. That's them doing it overseas and creating.
Pyongyang.
That's like their Wuhan. What?
They're very pretty.
Yeah. Dude, I went from like thinking my wife was just gonna be a brunette white chick probably,
That's
just
what I've
because
got.
I just have like a pattern that's very like my mom makes fun of me for it. She's like, oh, it's another one of those. But over the past month and a half, for whatever reason, I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm probably gonna marry an Asian woman. It's probably gonna happen. And I was
can
like,
see
dude,
it for you.
I don't remember what flipped. But then you look around. I work at a climbing gym.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
What does that have to do with Asian women?
What do you mean? There's a higher percentage of Asians at climbing gyms than other locations.
Social climbing gyms. Come on!
I don't even know what that means. Oh, shit. Oh, sup.
I don't know. Is that a hurtful thing
that's
to
why
say?
I can't play the game, dude. I'm on the outside. That's why. I don't pick things up. Oh, that's sad.
All right. But no, I get it. I actually, I met my wife in China, but she is white. She is a white American.
So that was definitely like you could have seen her in a crowd of like 1 million people.
Yeah. I don't know. There
Maybe
were
not
a lot
1,000,000.
of foreigners. I was
100?
in Shanghai.
Really?
Know? Yeah. So there were a lot of foreigners around, at least when we met. We met in, what would it have been? I'm going to say 2016? We started dating in 2016.
Almost a decade.
Yeah, almost a decade.
Wow.
And then we just got married last year.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I was not invited.
Well, we only did friends and family, but even if we had it.
No, I'm not excited. I just love fucking with people over who they invite to a wedding.
But no, I know what you were talking about, about spending your whole life. My mother is a smart brunette.
Uh-huh. Yeah, your mom is.
Most of the women that I have dated throughout my life have been women who could have reasonably cosplayed Velma.
Oh.
You know? And I don't mean like physically, like they're
Wow.
short and they have the bob hair. I just mean I tend to date smart brunette white women who are short. That's just my type.
It just so happens.
I've dated Asian women. I've dated black women. But all of them have still been short, still been brunette, still been smart. So really across all spectrums, I have a type.
I've only dated dumb midgets. That's a joke. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that just happens. It just becomes a pattern, and before you know it,
I think it's okay to have a type, though.
But I feel like, oh, dude, I'm gonna get too into the weeds into stuff that is like weird. It was just about like, well, now I'm attracted mostly to accomplishment.
I can.
I'm like Caitlin Clark is so hot to me because she's so good at what she does, and she has this like dog mentality. And dude,
sure, but that's like an idealized version of.
But do you follow tennis?
Like you don't know.
Do you follow tennis?
No.
So Iga, I think she's Polish. There's this girl, Iga.
Iga, hell yeah.
She's my age. She just like annihilated the other person in the final of Wimbledon, and she won. And I like immediately I'm like, well, now I have another celebrity crush.
Sure. This is the most overconfident straight dude thing ever, by the way.
Overconfident? I don't think I have a chance.
Oh, all right.
I mean, if things go right, though. I do, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I think of crazy scenarios in my head where I'm like at Wimbledon because I'll see videos of like Tom Holland talking to Carlos Alcaraz, and they'll like dap each other up and be like, we should golf sometime. And he's like, yeah, hit me up. And you're like, dude, what if I have that, but with one of the women or men platonically, of course.
What if you go golfing with
a woman?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Okay, fair enough. But I don't know. I don't know in what scenario you end up being like.
I can walk you through it.
Okay, let's hear it. Yeah, no,
absolutely. It's all reliant on comedy. That's the sad part of it. Is the crux of it is I do amazing at comedy.
Okay.
And then because of that,
no, fair enough.
I get to
There is
have
no one who has ever been on stage
caliber.
as a comedian who hasn't had some weird fantasies.
Yeah,
so, yeah. Let's
I
hear
don't
it.
even think that's weird.
So no. I use the word weird. I shouldn't. I should use the word far-fetched, and even that's just me being bitter, but also realistic about the chances of anyone succeeding at comedy.
Of course,
because so many of the people I know who have objectively succeeded at comedy still not successful people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
it's very true. But I'm different.
You are different, and you are gonna marry Egon.
It's just Ega.
Ega.
You're making it sound like a Star Trek monster.
No, it's Egon from Ghostbusters.
Oh,
he drilled into his head.
Yeah.
But
that's
no,
a good
Egon.
pull.
Okay. I don't follow tennis, but I also shouldn't just be making fun of people's names.
Yeah, of course.
Is it with an I or a Y?
IGA.
IGA. Okay.
Yeah. What's like the craziest fantasy you've ever had about like if I was killing it at comedy?
I when Chris Pratt was blowing up, I was very much like I could easily be that guy. Like very easily. But
you could just you just saw him and you're like, I could be him.
I could totally do that. If Hollywood needs like a new funny white guy, I could do that.
I mean,
you know? But everyone can do that.
I was going to say. There's
Literally
a long line.
anyone. The bar for straight white lead is so low.
No, it's so high. But they're the oversaturation.
Yeah, absolutely. But
so
it's all about connections. It's not about like talent or anything. I mean, and I don't mean to make it sound like sour grapes. These people are all, not Chris Pratt, but I mean like a Ryan Reynolds or a Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
these people
have
discernible talent. I still don't think Chris Pratt is, I don't know.
I think Chris Pratt's pretty funny. He's also pretty good at card tricks.
He's like kind
Graham
of he's like a religious guy and maybe like a crypto right-wing guy. So I don't know.
Dude, honestly, I think if you're in Jurassic Park, I give you a pass no matter what. No, I don't. I just don't care enough to like. Well, what do you think about this? If he is super religious, do you think that when he's doing the Jurassic Park films, he's sort of like, oh, this is all like fake and imaginary, like this never happened?
That is very funny, actually. Is Chris Pratt being like, yeah, sure,
he's like, yeah,
back when the dinosaurs existed.
Yeah, there were
sure,
fucking
pal.
big lizards. Yeah, right, dude.
It's just a different Guardians of the Galaxy to him, where he's just fighting crazy monsters that never existed.
It is, yeah. I mean, to be fair to Chris, the Indominus Rex and the Indominus Raptor didn't actually exist.
True, yeah.
But it's similar to a dinosaur. It is a dinosaur.
Okay, when you picture a dinosaur, because I remember.
Are we gonna do a feather debate?
We're doing feather debate.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So when I was a kid, when it was brought up in the first Jurassic Park, I was like, wow, that's super interesting. But I don't know, like, I took it as like a fringe theory. Whereas now it's almost all but like everybody's like, yeah, they probably had feathers.
But it's not. Yes, but it's not in the way that we imagine. It's not like T-Rexes looked like chickens.
Okay,
like people think that.
A chicken, yeah.
There were some small. I mean, there were some
one.
like small dinosaurs that were like almost definitely covered mostly, if not entirely, in feathers.
Thunder chicken.
But like T-Rexes, they think it was kind of like almost like a lion's mane thing, where they had like
awesome.
where it was almost like an accessory to look cooler. That's what the Rise and Fall of the Dinosaur said, at least, and it better not be fucking wrong. But I like that version like this version better, because I was kind of out on dinosaurs for a little bit. Someone was like, they have feathers, and I was like, I don't really care about them anymore. But then I found out it was
I read a theory that dinosaurs weren't even native to this planet, but Earth was actually, in the beginning of history, used as a dinosaur chicken fighting ring by space Latinos.
Dinosaur chicken?
Yeah.
Dinosaur versus chicken?
These giant space Latinos would come to Earth with their dino chickens, and they would fight them, like in a ring. and that's what the planet Earth was.
That was a dream?
That was a theory that I just came up with.
What's it called?
It's called... God damn! What do you call it?
You have to.
I know. I wish I had something locked and loaded, but I just thought of it. And honestly, it's kind of a hurtful thing to have said. Although, what? How much chicken fighting is done outside of Latino culture?
I've never seen a chicken fight. I don't know the demographics on it. But if I was doing a research study at a college, I've always wondered what I would study, because it's always like a friend of mine that I work with is doing like a study on like what different racial groups use AI to and how they use it and all that stuff. But we could do a legit paper on chicken fighting and the demographics, and then look into why. So our hypothesis.
If
you just make it a hypothesis,
is that chicken fighting is largely a Latin American thing.
I think I agree with this hypothesis.
Yeah.
But we have to prove it now.
All right.
So we have to go to chicken fighting.
Grab the camera. Let's go.
Did you hear about the show idea that Matt had with the chicken? He had a show idea where you go on stage and we just would get a live chicken and you give it to the comic and they have to break the chicken's neck and then just start doing stand-up. And see if they can dig out of the hole of murdering an animal in front of a room full of people.
So it's a whole showcase?
Yeah, you'd get like 6 to 8 chickens.
Yeah, that's my thing.
How many eggs per chicken?
If it's like a power hour thing where like at the end of the night a single comic has to break a chicken's neck and then do 20 or whatever, I'm fine. But
you can't do the neck because it would still run around.
But the bummer factor of watching 6 to 8 chickens get their necks broken for an audience, that's their...
Also, chickens are not quiet.
It's cumulative.
So, yeah. It's going to be like a...
yeah.
Like a fucking...
Oh, no,
super
I've
loud,
watched a man
dramatic...
break a chicken's neck.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Where? When?
In the back seat of a bus from Shanghai back to Jiangyan, Jiangsu. I watched a guy break a chicken's neck in a sack.
In a sack?
Yeah, like in the back of the bus.
I guess that's more humane, right?
They would put if they were traveling with livestock, they would generally put it under the bus. But this guy had one chicken in a sack that he needed to that like he broke, and then I guess maybe he was going to cook it that night or something.
Wait, when you say broke, he twisted it?
No, he did that.
Oh, he just fucking
like a whip.
With his hand?
Yeah, like he gripped it, like he gripped the chicken's neck in the sack, and then.
Oh my God, that's so brutal! Holy shit! Yeah, it makes sense though.
Yeah, that's.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
It's that, or it's the windmill.
A lot of chickens to get that efficient. Oh, I've seen the windmill.
Yeah,
I've seen the windmill. Wow, that's. Did the chicken make a really loud? Noise?
Yeah, it did, but I think.
Why would he have to wait till he's on the bus? I'm confused.
I don't know why he chose to do it on the bus. We were getting into town. Maybe he just wanted to, maybe he's bringing it home for dinner and he didn't want to do it at home. I don't know why.
The story changes a lot.
Maybe he was just excited.
Do you think he named the chicken? It'd be fucked up to name something and then kill it.
No, I do not think he named the chicken.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, it's not.
Let's take a moment of silence for that chicken
thing. I don't think. If you deal regularly in livestock, I don't know how many names you're giving.
Have you ever killed a creature? Aside from like a fly. Also, people when you kill a bug and then people freak out, fuck you.
Do people do that?
Yes, it's the dumbest shit ever. You kill a fly or a spider, and they'll be like, "You monster!" It's crazy.
I don't know about going out of my way to kill one, but if there's a fly in my house,
I go out of my way. If there's a fly, dude, those fuckers, they assault you. They taunt you. I'm sorry, but you were going to say.
What do you mean by fly?
What do you mean?
Just like do you mean the animal, or is this code for something?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a fly. My ex left me for a fly.
Okay, so generally, I'm not into cruelty,
Yeah.
But at the same time, historically, I think we've classified anything below fish and below as they don't got feelings, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
it's like Patrice O'Neill says, it's because fish don't have eyebrows. That's why we don't care about them.
Patricia, that is a very good joke.
Dude, it's such a good point.
If they could,
it is such a good fucking point.
You know,
if fish had eyebrows, we'd be like, dude, you can't do that.
But I think I can't quote a study. God damn it.
Quote a study, man.
Get
scholarly.
My problem with me being like, I've heard recently they've concluded that fish can suffer, and I generally do agree with the idea that the ability to suffer should be the sort of baseline for sentience.
Okay.
Because while my dog can't decide to go get a job, I certainly know that my dog can experience pain. You know, and it can experience discomfort, and if it's left alone or without us for a very long time, it can experience fear and anxiety. Yeah. So, like, the ability to suffer.
So it's intelligence.
Is intelligence, is sentience, right?
Isn't it interesting how the smarter you are, the more you can get hurt? Like heartbreak. You know, ants don't have to deal with heartbreak, I don't think. Maybe they do.
Oh,
maybe ants see other ants on the subway.
There was a thing. I'm going to misquote it. No, I'm not even going to get into it.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not even going to get into it if I can't.
If there has to be another variable.
About ants remembering when they've been crossed for a mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the fuck do they know that?
I don't know, man, but they'll remember another fucking ant that, like, got to the queen before. I don't fucking know.
But if a scientist just used fancy jargon, I'd be like, yeah. Totally.
Right.
Dude, have you heard the Nate Bargatze joke on, like, scientists being wrong?
Maybe.
It's where he was like, I found out, he's like, scientists, what's great about science is, like, you can just be, like, completely wrong, and it's just, like, fine. And he was like, they thought the Earth was, like, 3 billion years old, and then they came out later, and he was like, how do we know that? And they're like, just trust us. And then they come out a couple of years later, and they're like, that's actually, like, 5 billion or something. And he's like, well, that's, like, a big error. That's, like, you were off by, like, a couple billion? That's huge.
It highlights, I don't know, I don't know that it's just science. I think institutional belief in anything kind of protects you from being, punished for being wrong. Religion is the same way.
It's crazy that
there's so
everything can just be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I remember thinking textbooks, there's no way a textbook could be wrong. I'm literally reading a book now that is, like, telling me all this shit that in textbooks is wrong. And they've, like, since yanked those textbooks.
Sure.
Because they're not right. And then you're like, but when you were a kid, did you ever possibly think a textbook could be wrong?
Dude, I remember.
I was like, this is law.
I remember being pissed when I found out, Clifford?
Yeah.
Dogs cannot grow that big.
Yeah, they can.
You can
they can. It's the diet.
Grow to the size of a house.
Yes, they
you
can.
You cannot slide
yes,
down their
can.
tail.
It's not a big house.
They will not be big enough to carry
house.
you and your class in a parade.
Well, I disagree with that. I'm sorry, I disagree. Look, okay, dinosaurs got that big. Why couldn't? Look, I know Megafauna died out around 10,000 years ago.
Dude, Megafauna's sick.
Megafauna is sick.
Dude,
I love Megafauna.
What is the sloth?
The giant ground sloth?
The giant ground sloth.
Dude, there used to be
they had the big
20-foot tall ground sloths.
Dude.
They found there used to be armadillos in North America the size of Volkswagens. Volkswagen Beetles.
I feel like what is happening right now is a point that if you give any two straight men long enough time, they're going to get to how awesome Megafauna are.
Yes,
and specifically the giant ground sloth.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's true. That's a hypothesis that can also be tested. They have to be, well, I was going to say, though, it is a bummer that we don't have Megafauna anymore, like on land, really. Like the biggest thing we have is like an elephant, which is cool. Elephants are cool. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
They're super cool.
On land.
But
what, is elephant the biggest on land? I guess it would be.
Yeah, it is. Think about it this way. We also have the blue whale, which is not just the biggest creature in the world. It's the biggest creature that's ever lived on Earth. And that exists in our lifetime. We coexist with the greatest, with the biggest.
Yeah!
We coexist with the blue whale.
Earth.
I take a lot of pride in that.
2025.
It's
living
not a bad
with the
class.
biggest, living with the baddest. Honestly, though, both of these animals are not the baddest. I remember when there was a kid named...
Elephants are pretty bad.
Yeah, but they're like
There's
nice
an elephant
and
that went to like a
intelligent.
guy's funeral and fucking like hit the casket, and then did you not see this in India?
Because the guy was like mean to it during...
Yeah, I think so.
All right. What? How did it know that the guy died?
Because they're smart.
What is the elephant
man?
also
the
getting
elephant
the
was
newspaper?
watching or something, or maybe I think the elephant killed the guy and then came back. But then why would they not kill the elephant?
Why would they hold the funeral in the same place the elephant killed the guy?
You have to trust me on this. It's not like a pop-up funeral 10 minutes later. I think the elephant like got on I-95 or something.
Yeah.
And then, which is crazy because the
shit,
traffic in India.
Raj's funerals today.
Yeah, the elephant saw its calendar.
I gotta get there.
But
no,
dinosaurs are so cool, though.
But elephants in general are not vengeful creatures. I think elephants are high on the intelligence scale.
Yeah, they're very
big
high.
on empathy, big on compassion. They're good animals. And the blue whale isn't an especially violent creature, right?
I mean, when you're that big, it's honestly, and you're like, it's kind of hard to be violent if you just have. If you're just eating like plankton, you have krill.
I grew up on random battles in Final Fantasy VII games. I want Megafauna that wants to kill me.
Yeah.
And I want to be at war with it. Deep down, a lot of men do. Like, that's the reason a lot of this fucking right-wing fucking bullshit has come up. Is because
it's because they don't have that thing to
They don't have a thing to fight. They don't have a natural predator. We need a goddamn natural predator.
Yeah, if we still had woolly mammoths.
Other than, like, the rich, you know? We need a thing we can physically fight.
That's a very good point. If you have a common enemy.
Exactly.
Like, if everybody is like, you don't have time to fight with somebody over, like, little shit. If you're like, but there's a fucking saber-tooth.
Yeah, right.
So, and it's been like even though saber-tooth weren't that big, and humans definitely daddied them. But
sure, but if there's a big alien with spear hands, and then a black guy shoots it in the head before it spears me, yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, fucking,
that's my brother for life.
Yeah, that's my brother for life.
Yeah.
As opposed to now and how I feel about that. I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure. Sorry to bring it back to Megafauna, even though we still are.
I've said like a lot of unnecessary race-related things on here.
Yeah,
I
sort
just
of
want to make it clear
not endorsed it, but also not
that I stand by all of them.
I can clip that moment if you'd like. Dude, the good thing is nobody listens to this. So, and I haven't done an episode in like 4 weeks, so like the only semblance of a fan base that I did have was definitely we're just talking to the well, one day though, this is the hope because we've mapped the entire genome of the woolly mammoth. So one day we could fucking bring it back. And then when that happens,
genome
AI
it's just pronounced gnome. You don't pronounce the G.
When we got the gnome for the woolly mammoth.
It's not like a lawn genome or a garden genome.
I know. Or the Travelocity genome.
Yeah, the Travelocity genome. It's just pronounced gnome.
By the way, woolly mammoths used to be like, whatever. I was going to say they used to be gingers, but some of them.
But back to
when we
this.
map the genome in the future, then people are going to be looking up that stuff about that, and then AI is going to filter through our video. We've talked about that, so it's going to put it to the top of the algo.
Okay.
So this video is not going to get a lot of views now, but in like 25 to 30 years,
I'll
when
be dead by then.
No, you won't. Actually, yeah, we'll both be dead.
Yeah. Well, no, you're gonna be good.
No,
you're gonna live.
Myself.
You're gonna live long enough to have your weird giant eyes held in their loose sockets. But hold on.
Like a white dog that has curly hair and shit around its eyes.
How familiar are you with the work of one Alan Moore?
Alan Moore?
Alan Moore, he wrote Watchmen. He wrote V for Vendetta. He wrote. He did a generational run on Swamp Thing, the comic book. Anyway, Watchmen. Have you ever seen Watchmen?
When I was very young.
Okay. Well, Watchmen, the idea in the end is that Earth will never unite without some giant unifying threat, right?
That's a good point.
And that's generally what I mean by, like, we need a natural predator. Because, like, a natural predator that we can physically fight, preferably with a buster sword, like a giant, ridiculous sword.
Yeah.
Like in Edge of Tomorrow.
That you have to drag down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Just lugging that around.
And that is the only thing that will actually unite the Earth's population.
I think you're right. It's like when 9/11 happened. America was all like,
God, that was
"Love thy
weird.
neighbor," for like a week.
It was weird.
I say that it's like I was a child. I have no idea.
I was just coming into. I was 16 when 9/11 happened, and I was just coming into political consciousness.
Yeah.
So watching George W. Bush do what he did,
9/11
formed the basis of my political opinions. Turn an attack from Muslim terrorists into a war on Iraq.
Yeah.
Like, watch him morph that in the media. That forms the foundation.
Worked very well.
It worked crazy well.
It's always,
and like kids in my high school were like, "Yeah, we gotta get them," and it's like, who is them? They're like, whoever.
Those fuckers that
whoever
did this
we
to
could
us.
get.
Yeah.
Because even in 2003, they couldn't just say brown people, And they had to dress it up or whatever they were. Yeah, some people were,
but,
not in like the northwest suburbs of Chicago.
No.
So they had to be terrorists. That's why we invented, or we co-opted that word.
Co-op?
Yeah, we took
REI?
it from its. What's REI?
It's a co-op, right?
Oh, you mean like a co-op housing situation?
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, I was saying that we should live it in a co-op housing situation
with the terrorists.
With the terrorists who committed 9/11.
Because then we would all get along.
As a reality show.
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
They have to go.
They have to do challenges together on the same team, though.
They have to do challenges together on the same team.
It's like Survivor, where they think they're in different tribes, and then they're like, "Put down your bandanas." And then they just mix them up, so it's like Ahmed has to get along with Dave.
I had an idea for a reality show, actually.
Shout out
where
Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
These terrorists want to bomb a high school graduation, but they have to go through 4 years of high school first.
Oh, that's a great idea. It's like a Euphoria, but for being a terrorist.
Yeah, it's like Strangers with Candy.
Yeah.
All these guys are going to be like 30.
Well, they're going to fall in love.
Yeah, they're going to fall in love. They're going to go to
Their
prom.
thing is young virgins.
They're going to have strong opinions about like
fucked.
Sabrina Carpenter or whoever's popular now.
Yeah, they totally will.
They're going to have.
They're going to say bet and fire.
Yeah.
They're going to wear like pajamas to school. They're like Batman pajamas and Crocs with fucking big baggy gray Carhartt hoodie.
And they're going to have to like what? See, do you think they would live with like an American family as like a
we should have them
student
live,
housing thing?
They should
or
be,
should their families come with them?
They should be in a bunk bed with like another kid that goes to that school, like a guy named like a kid named Billy, who's like kind of a loser, and they sort of use each other to
Islamic
they both teach
the
valuable lessons to each other. It's like stepbrothers where they really don't. They're opposing forces at first, but as the school year goes, and it could be like a 21 Jump Street thing where like one of them is really popular and the other's not, and then it flips the next year or something. So now they have to deal with that dynamic. I really think this is a great idea.
This is a good idea. This would be a great show. Although I'm not sure that it's I
think it would make a great movie trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure that it has
I need
the legs
a real
to
genius
be a whole
to produce this. Nah, we could make it though.
But,
I'll be the terrorist.
But you know,
JK.
They're trying to bring back anti-Muslim sentiment. They're trying to drum it up.
They're trying.
They're trying very, very hard.
Can't make me hate anybody.
Mm-mm.
Except for people who think Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark. No, I don't even give a shit.
Is that the WNBA?
The fact that people actually care is so wild to me. What?
Is that like a WNBA feud? Okay.
People like
I'm
actually
glad that
get
they're
very upset.
Like fucking good. Hell yes.
No, that's good.
I mean, I never support anyone getting super invested.
A couple
in
of years
sports,
ago,
but at least it's women's sports.
No, you should get invested in women's sports.
Nah,
not other sports, but women's sports.
I'm invested in pro wrestling.
What?
And I'm convinced this stuff is fake.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Although
that should be our next.
No way to tell.
That's what we're writing a thesis on.
Wait, what was I just gonna say? Caitlin Clark. People getting upset.
Sure.
The
government can't convince you to hate anyone other than people who think
I'm not gonna be able to do it. We've arrived at the doldrums.
No, I have some thoughts.
Yeah, sure. Hit me.
Okay. Number one. One of the main reasons I would never be a serial killer.
Okay.
Is because I don't want podcasters, true crime podcasters, talking about how weird I was in high school. You know?
I mean, what if it's a good pod? Like, so you. Is it because
I would commit a bunch of crimes and then I would get caught, right? And then I would be in jail, and then like 8 years later, true crime it would be on like Last Podcast on the Left or whatever.
Yeah.
And they would go through like my high school years and shit, and I don't
your actual high school years.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
why would that be bad?
I don't know. We were all weird. Everyone was weird.
How would they be able to find that? What would they find? What information would they find that would be like you don't want people to hear that? You can't drop such a big thing like that and then.
Why did I bring this up?
Because you definitely have a lot of things to confess.
Because now I gotta I've gotta offer up something.
You were definitely
to
one of those guys that
gods.
Jerked off in a room full of his buddies in the dark,
I didn't
right?
jerk off for the first time until I was 16. Is that weird?
It's definitely a little late.
Yeah.
It's like how in New Jersey we get our driver's license at 18. Everybody else gets it like 16.
Oh,
it's
that
like
is weird.
Just behind. Yeah.
Well.
And you're like, yeah, you should have gotten that.
I wonder if that explains my love of the boss.
Why?
Because he's from Jersey, and driving, he was a late bloomer apparently.
Yeah.
As you guys are.
Oh yeah.
And jerking off, I was a late bloomer in Illinois.
Yeah.
Sort of ties us together,
Parallel.
Yeah.
Parallelism.
Parallelogram. Gramps.
Parallelodyne.
Parallelocramps.
Fuck. Wait.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen?
I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan. I believe that Bruce Springsteen is genuinely the heart of 20th century white America.
New Jersey.
And the fact that you see so many people coming out against him is really upsetting to me.
Oh, yeah. You jerked off for the first time at 16.
Oh, yeah. I jerked off for the first time at 16.
I got back to it, by the way. I did
Baby,
that high.
we were born to come.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Have you said that on stage?
No.
You should. You should do that and then cum your pants on stage. And you should be like, it should be at the end of a set where you're like sweating from.
Part.
Yeah. What?
I said you don't got to add that second part.
I think
do
you
that
do.
every time.
I think you do.
I used to
the
cum
devil's
my
in the
pants
details.
on stage.
Really?
And then comedy kind of lost its luster for me, and I don't really cum my pants on stage at all anymore.
That's kind of sad.
I know it is.
That's actually
I never actually came my pants, but it is a pretty apt metaphor for what I've experienced with stand-up.
I've shit my pants on stage.
Have you?
Yeah, it was at Easy In. You might have been there. I just farted.
Okay.
It was more than a fart, and I was just like, I definitely just shit my pants.
That's a place to shit your pants. That's like a good shit in your pants, Mike, though.
Yeah, it was a good shit your pants, Mike. I stayed after, so it wasn't that bad. It was just a hot squirt. Nothing you can't
clean up.
Nothing you can't lick off with your tongue and get back to work. It's kind of gross, right?
Yeah, it's very gross.
It's kind of nasty.
But no, I got it.
Yeah, but 16 was the first time you ever jerked off. What'd you jerk off to?
I jerked off to. I didn't really look at porn for jerking off until my early 20s. Wow. I just used the power of my imagination.
Isn't that the greatest?
Yeah.
And you're able to do anything.
Yeah.
You're in your own Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs exist.
And
you know exactly how they look.
People say that the most erogenous organ of the body is the penis or the clitoris,
Erogenous?
And I'm not convinced that, number one, either of those exist. But number two...
Vaginas do not exist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure vaginas don't
I've seen plenty of clits.
I've seen tons of clitorises.
You ever rubbing a woman?
Show me a vagina, sir.
You ever rubbing a clit and you can't find the vagina? Ain't that some shit? That's so frustrating. Dude, this might be the greatest podcast I've ever done. It's like the third thing I've said where I've been like, dude, I might be a genius. I might say that on stage.
Yeah, you absolutely should. But also, the mind is the most erogenous organ.
What's erogenous?
Erogenous means sexually sensitive. and charged.
So the tongue is not? What about nipples?
I believe the tongue is an erogenous organ.
Is there a weird one that's like the lobes of your ear? Actually, ears feel. You ever had a person kiss your ears? The back of your ears?
Maybe.
I could show you.
No,
it wouldn't be weird because
no,
it's not
we're
kissing.
not.
It's licking.
I mean, I just opened this beer, Harry.
I'm sorry.
Give me a little bit of time. But
say when. When somebody is giving you cheese and they say when, do you say when? Because I really hate people that say the word when.
No, I think I'm a that's good guy.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
That's good guy.
Who the fuck? I can't stand when someone goes when. I know that they're telling you to say when.
You have a lot of like Paul Reiser takes tonight.
What's Paul Reiser?
Paul Reiser is like a mid-'90s also ran to Jerry Seinfeld. He
I'm turning into Seinfeld?
Yeah, why you gotta say when?
Dude, that is kind of a Seinfeldian.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Why are you saying when?
You don't do that. Dude, he has a joke about cars that I now think about where he's like, you're sitting down, but you're moving. You're inside, but you're outside.
Seinfeld,
and you're kind of like, God damn it.
Seinfeld,
kind of good.
Despite the fact that he is pro-genocide.
No, he's not.
He absolutely is.
No.
But he amazing comic in his time. There's a reason he defined the genre for a while, or the medium rather.
Yeah, whether or not you like Seinfeld, you have to admit he's
interesting.
He's a pretty big guy.
He said something that always affected me, and I always think
comedy.
about. He said, and it's crazy that he said this because this doesn't seem like him at all.
Okay.
He said before the secret to like good audience energy and making that connection, because that connection's vital, man. I see a lot of comics who don't even attempt to make it, and I'm not the greatest stand-up comedian, but I will say...
He's being bashful, everybody.
But I will say that one of my main goals on stage is always to make that connection to the audience and to have a performance that feels like it is authentic and singular to tonight in the room that I'm in. And one of the things Seinfeld always said was, you got to look out at them before you get on stage, and you got to find a reason to like them and to want them to have a good time. Like, you've got to find a reason that you can walk out to these people, and when you smile and say it's great to be here, you've got to mean it. Because that is the first brick in the foundation that will be your relationship with this audience and from which the rest of the set is built.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
That being said, it's interesting that Seinfeld said that because...
I know, because he's just not a...
Yeah, because he's not very, he doesn't talk about himself. He literally says when he bombs... He just thinks of it as it wasn't me failing, it was just the joke failed. Like, he has a separation of church and state.
Sure.
Where he's just that I don't feel bad, it's a bad joke, so I have to fix the joke. I don't have that separation, and I'm sure you don't either.
I don't, and I need to learn
I'm getting better at it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been very loose on stage the past 5 sets where I've just kind of been like, oh, okay, that joke didn't work.
Out of self-preservation, you do sort of have to learn that.
Yeah.
I did used to know that. And then I came to Chicago, and it was just an entirely new ball game because I don't know anyone here. I don't know this audience.
Yeah.
I knew the audiences in Shanghai. I knew what would work, what would didn't. I had my finger on the pulse of that comedy scene, if not that culture.
Mm-hmm.
China, China's going to be China. It's always going to be a little nebulous to the foreigner. So I wouldn't say that I had my finger on the pulse of the Chinese, populace.
Yeah.
But I did know what worked so far as stand-up, at least for a foreigner.
So what's different in what worked in those rooms versus Chicago?
Well, you would do a lot of local stuff because your average Chinese audience member hasn't. It's a little like America. They haven't been outside the country. They don't have your same cultural references. So you're going to want to do local stuff. Also, you know what you can get away with the government, so you're not going to do anything too critical of that.
Uh-huh.
You just have a playpen in which things can function, and you do enough of it which I think is key in separating the joke from you as a performer. Once you do enough of it, you're like, okay, I have a history of having made people laugh. So if it's not working tonight, it's not that I am fundamentally unfunny. It is that the jokes aren't working tonight, so the jokes need to be fixed. It's sort of the opposite of a poor carpenter blames his tools. Like sometimes, yeah, it's the tool's fault because you have a bunch of new tools all the time. Whereas when I came to Chicago, I was very intimidated because that was always the big dream. You have, like we were talking about, like those comedian dreams that you have, right?
That was Chicago.
One of them was coming back to Chicago and fucking crushing it,
Yeah.
And then I never really saw, like I talk about like the possibility of getting into acting or whatever, but the truth is I never saw any concrete steps beyond doing well in Chicago. I never had any like sort of concrete formulated plan. The idea was that I'd do well in Chicago, and then something else would happen.
It would just happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that magical
exactly
thinking that you
you
get
mean.
sometimes, yeah.
I think a lot of people think that.
And I don't think that's necessarily unreasonable to play it by ear and have the next step, but not necessarily the next
Well,
five.
with stand-up, it's so hard because it's
Sure.
It's like so flimsy. And how everything happens is so unpredictable, and luck is such a big part of it. And yeah, people know this, I think. Well, actually, no, they don't. I did New York Comedy Club in New York, which was like extremely cool. That might be the coolest thing I've ever done in comedy. The only reason I got it though is because I have a camera, and I shot a show, and then I was in the green room. I was a good enough hang for them to be like, "Hey, we'll put you up if you ever come to New York." That's something.
All right.
But the only reason I got it is because I have a camera, and I shot them at the Batavia, and then they're like, "Hey, if you want to do a check spot," they didn't tell me where it was. They just said Upper West Side, and then I saw the story of the feature, and it was New York Comedy Club. Mark Norman's on the poster, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude, this is crazy!" So I get to do that. One of my best friends is there. And then on the other side, like my sister's boyfriend came super last minute. So they're both there. I can see them on stage. And it went, I'd say B- set. I thought it was a B+ originally, and then I reevaluated B-. It was good.
I don't know that
it was
you have
good.
to be that hard on yourself, but fair enough. I do understand internally if that's how you have it, it helps you to measure things.
I think I fit in on the lineup. Like I didn't stick out as like somebody who was like a new comic.
Okay.
I just looked like somebody who sort of belonged there. I think that's what they corroborated, but that's what I think happened. So then I go to the bar with my sister and her boyfriend after that, and she was like, "Oh, that's great. So you did well at that club, so like you're in." And I was like, no, not even close. And they're like, "Well, what do you mean you did well?" And like they saw that, right? And I was like, "That's not how this works." And they're like, "But you did well." And I was like, "But it's only one time." And then also like, it doesn't really matter.
I think it does matter. I think
it matters, but
I think
it has to happen so much.
So often people disregard the short-term wins because they know once you realize that it's a marathon, not a sprint.
I've realized that.
Yeah, once you realize that, it's like,
everybody.
Okay, so these short-term wins don't matter at all. It's like, no, they still do.
They
and
matter.
They're still worth celebrating, if
yes.
for nothing else than to keep you going.
That's the thing, is it keeps me going like another 6 months.
Sure.
And I didn't even earn it. Like I just got it from. I mean, I had the camera, whatever.
You weren't out of place on the lineup, right?
Sure.
Then you earned it.
But the point, it was that like, and a lot of people don't. All my cousins.
I don't know what anyone's measure of earning it is.
I guess it would be you're on stage, someone sees you, and they're like, "That's really funny."
Yeah, right. Is it supposed to be a 1950s kid? You got the goods.
Yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
That's literally what I'm hoping for.
So poorly defined ideas of.
But now it's a clip. Now you need a clip to go viral. So, but then the thing with the clip going viral is like you could see someone on stage and sort of be like, "I know they've got it." You can see a clip, and it's such a small section where you're like, "This is really amazing," but they could only have 20 minutes of material.
It's all
I guess
vape and mirrors, buddy.
Thing.
That's my new phrase I'm starting to get.
What was the phrase?
It's all vape and mirrors.
Vape and mirrors? That's kind of funny. It's all mango, vape, and mirrors.
It's all mango, vape, and mirrors, pal.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep chugging.
Tyler Fowler, local comic. He did an interview in the Comedy Gazelle. And he said, I've gotten to the point where I'm just trying to think of every set that I do is just another set that I do. I've done so many of them, whether it went amazingly and it's at 1,000 people.
I read that, actually.
Or whether it went horribly, it's in front of 10. It's just another set that I did. And giving yourself that leeway, giving yourself that legitimacy to be like, this is just what I do, and I do not need permission from anyone to move forward with doing it, is so freeing.
Yeah, I agree with that. But at a certain point, you do need like external people to help move you forward. Right.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
To like put you on those
it really depends
stages.
what you want out of this. I'm not the person to.
I want to be.
I'm never going to be the person to talk to about career advancement in the world of comedy. I've run a Tuesday night 9 p.m. show for.
It's a good show.
It's a good show, and we're starting to make some headway. But
nice.
I have never been good at pushing Kurt Croman. Or previously Kurt Dunsing. I've never been good at pushing myself as a product.
You might be able to turn a corner with Croman.
But I can come up with a format that'll work. And I'm a good host. But just myself, I think anything you do, regardless of whether it's art or your career, is a reflection or sometimes kind of a microcosm of the way you live your life. And I have never been an overly great self-promoter.
Yeah.
It comes off as desperate and weird to me. But I don't think that's necessarily objectively the case. I think it's just, it's me projecting probably. Because I would be embarrassed by it. I think it's weird when other people do it, when the truth is, it's probably normal that people do this.
Yeah, they're just like doing
I'm
the thing
just
that you
being
should
weird
do.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can.
I think about that a lot, but I don't know. I mean, I can't even like I had to go. People talk about like networking and comedy.
Sure.
And it's like I can't really. I can just like become friends with people naturally, but I'm not gonna like force anything. Although,
I'll force it.
But you don't have to have.
That is the one area that I'll do it. People have said it's like being assaulted, my friendship.
Really?
I'll push them up against the wall and I'll be like, listen, we're going to be friends, right?
Oh, my God.
Because I'm getting booked on shows that you aren't, pal. And if you want to be you want to make it in the world of comedy, we're going to be friends and you're going to be friendly with me. I do not have, it doesn't mean anything other than like hanging out and drinking beers together.
Of course.
But I feel like it comes off as threatening,
When you did that to me, it was a little much when you flicked the tip of my penis at the end.
Like, listen, pal, we're going to be real buddy.
Yeah. And then I got on Comic Court.
And then you got on Comic Court.
I got on Comic
Court.
Court.
It pays to be friends with Kurt Croman. I still am getting used to saying it.
It's I thought it was just like a play on words because you like crows.
Yeah, Croman. Yeah,
I love crows.
And then I took the
I was
W
like,
out.
There's another. Crows are so great.
Dude, crows are good.
Yeah.
Generally, birds.
Yeah,
are
totally
kind of sick.
I think I'm gonna get into bird watching when I'm older, for sure. I even might dabble in my younger years, 'cause why not?
I think the constant motion of that lifestyle.
Always on the move.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Oh, I'm more of a penguin guy. Well, actually, they're always on the fucking move too.
Are they?
Yeah, they're always fucking marching. It's the March of the Penguins.
Okay, so what? They just.
I do sound like Seinfeld. It's the March of the Penguins. They march. They're always moving. Oh, they swim.
And then come April, they settle down.
They slide on their belly. Penguin. That's how Benedict Cumberbatch pronounces it.
That guy.
Yeah.
That
Not
SNL skit
that
is
handsome.
SNL better, or is Benedict Cumberbatch
Attractive.
handsome?
I was just gonna bring that
It's
up.
a good bit.
It's a phenomenal bit because
It
we're all
really is,
thinking
because
it.
he looks like an alien.
Dude, being handsome is not real. No, yeah, it is. Shut up,
It's just
Harry.
being symmetrical.
But I'm symmetrical, but I'm not handsome.
I think you're a very handsome man.
You're a guy. You're a guy. I don't know how to explain this to you, but
I can't.
Women don't agree. They can if they get to know me, but if you're just seeing, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. I know it's not. I can tell.
Harry,
I've seen attractive guys interact with women and them interact with them. This could just be who I am, honestly.
Oh,
it's almost certainly who I am.
The thing
I
is,
might delete all this.
you are physically handsome. That just doesn't count as much for guys. It's not as
But I guess you have
big
to
a part of the rubric.
Okay, yes. You have to be like really hot as a guy for it to really.
Yeah, for it to.
Tall
yeah,
is
absolutely.
Tall trumps
Tall
everything.
is huge.
Tall is everything.
Yeah.
Tall is literally huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're tall and you're ugly, you're hot. It's.
I don't know. If you're tall and you're ugly, you're passable.
But it's the angle that you're looking.
Although
up at.
also if you're ugly but like you take care of yourself and you dress nice and shit, women are better at looking at indicators of lifestyle. When I was in my 20s, if I like saw a hot girl but she was like missing a tooth or something, I'd be like, that's still a hot girl, you know? Whereas a woman would be like, how well is this person taking care of themselves?
Let's go to
how
the tooth
does that? Missing a tooth is a bad example.
Are you saying like a meth thing? Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay, well, that's more than just a tooth, right?
You're
not saying
20s.
like a perfect 10 that just happened to have like a tooth like flicked out like a piano key from like Tom Cat's mouth, right?
I knew as I was saying it, I was like, this is not a good example.
That's a phenomenal example.
No, as I was saying, the tooth.
Like, I was like, what?
No, that's a very good example. Absolutely. The Tom and Jerry thing was great. But, okay.
What? Are you looking at all the dicks?
No,
shit,
I did not note, but yeah, they definitely all look like dicks.
They look like dick and balls, and then they look like legs with a sack in between them.
Hey, folks, I don't know if you can see. Can you? Oh.
Oh, yeah. No.
There's not that many
Nutsack, dick. It's from the side profile.
Oh.
Look at this one, dude. Come on. That's a dick hanging down, for sure.
Why would they not fill in the other nutsack if it was a dick, though?
This one is
you were
two
talking
nuts
about like these
and a dick.
guys.
No, those as well. I'm talking about everything. Everything is dicks.
It's dicks all the way down, folks.
And up. That wasn't my best. Yeah, but there was. I remember I was sitting at an Applebee's with no, it was an
That's your first mistake.
It was an Uno's. Sorry.
Okay, that's a little better. I mean, the
Uno's
pizza's not good, but it's not an Applebee's.
In the same parking lot as AMC Hamilton 24, which was a great movie theater. A lot of great memories made there. And we were sitting at the booth, and I looked at like the pattern in the stitching, and it just said cock over and over again. I have a picture on my phone of it, dude. When you pull it out, it's just like cock. It's all cocks. Everything is cocks and dicks and penises. Oh, see, I've retained 2 gay fans, I'm sure, and they're like he does love cock. I don't love it. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. What is your how do you measure listenership on this? I used to have a podcast called Tickle Boys. We ranked somewhere in the lower 200s in Pakistan. That's the only information we ever got.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
The analytics are very thorough. Which it's like devastatingly thorough. It's like after a minute and 36, most listeners checked out, and you're like, oh fuck. And you check like a minute 36, you scrub that far, and it's like you setting, like handing the mic to somebody, and you're like, I should probably.
Goddamn. All right.
But there are people that make it all the way through, so I know that, and I can see on Spotify most people listen to the full episode. The people that actually do listen, there are about like 20 people, I think, that listen to the full episode.
If you've made it this far, I just want to let you know, piss, cum.
I was thinking about cum as well today.
Yeah, hell yeah. Did you know it's easier to clean with cold water?
Oh, can I tell you an amazing?
Sure.
Well, sorry, I know that this happened today, and it was so incredible. So, this dad brought in his 2 sons, probably like 13 and like 9 or something like that.
All
and they're
right.
both like rambunctious. Like one of them had the scanner and he was fucking around with it, but I didn't care. They were just having fun.
Yeah, there's kids.
So get them in. They're super cool. And then on the way out, they're asking about one of the memberships. And I was like, oh, that's a yoga membership. And the kid goes, he laughs and he goes, yogurt membership. And I was like, yeah, you get free yogurt with that. And then they were all laughing, and I was like, yeah, we have 2 yogurt teachers. They're like female. we have lots of yeah. So I just kept saying the yogurt thing, and then I was like, oh, we have hot yogurt because it's a heated studio. And then when I said hot yogurt, the dad looked at me and he made eye contact, and I could tell he was talking. He was thinking about cum. And dude, me and this dad in front of his kids started dying laughing. And his kids were both like, what's going on? And then one of his kids was like, Dad, do you know about hot yogurt? And then he was like, I was like hitting the desk. And then he was like, no. And then he was like, his son was like, do people like hot yogurt? And I go, well, some people do. And dude, the dad just doubled down again. Oh my God. It was such a beautiful and magical and then as we were walking out, as he's walking out, he's like, all right, I'll see you. And then one of the kids is like whispering to the other, he's like, this is what it means. And then the dad looks at me and he's like, they have no idea what it means.
Oh, thank God.
I was like, dude, I've never been so on the same page with a stranger where we didn't actually say it was cum, but me and this guy so clearly knew that we were talking about jizz. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. That's one of the greatest things that's ever happened at this job.
That is really nice. Yeah.
Dude, interactions with people that you don't know and you don't have any business having a good interaction with them, and then it just happens and you walk away from it and you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. I really fucking love those.
God, I wish I had a recent example of that, honestly.
I have another one.
Oh, all right. Let's hear it.
I went to the Brooklyn Boulders in New York. That's where we are. I probably shouldn't be saying that, but this is where we are. Brooklyn Boulders.
So, all right. I didn't know if Brooklyn was just like a, I don't know.
No, well, the original one was in Brooklyn.
The original one was in Brooklyn.
So I was at the one that's in Queensbridge, and I hit it off with this girl there, and her name was Jane, and I don't even know if I hit it off, but we were like climbing for like 2.5 hours together, like around the gym, talking to her, and I was doing the thing I was talking about earlier where I was like, I think I could bring her home to like if she was like a +1 to a wedding, I think she'd do great. Like that's what I was thinking with this girl. She has her shit together, like, and then
you're just creating this person in his head that they might not necessarily
be.
But if you're
Jane,
actually interacting,
you were amazing.
All right,
Jane was cool. So then we're sitting there and we're about to climb another thing, and she goes, "Which one should I work on? I don't have one to work on." And I go, do that V3, that pink V3 Plus over there. And she goes, okay. Walks over, gets on it for a millisecond, falls, sprains her ankle. And is like on the ground writhing in pain. And I was like, are you okay? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh my God. And then, dude, there were like 10 people around us, and they saw the interaction of her being like, which one should I do? And then me going, go do it's a V3 Plus, and they grade harder there.
Okay.
It took me a couple tries to get that one. I'm not gonna lie. But
yeah,
these people,
now that I'm looking at the V3,
it was so cause and effect.
V3 is for your.
It's the rating. There's a rating scale. It starts at V0 and it goes up to like V17.
Sure, but V3
in a commercial gym you don't go higher
hard.
than like V8
now
or
that
V9.
I'm looking at some of your V3s, I'm like,
I bet you could not do a V3.
I don't want to try.
Should we have that as part of the podcast? You trying to do a V3? Dude, we should absolutely do this.
Fine, we can do it.
You have to sign the waiver, though. And there's a video you have to watch. And if you skip it, I swear to God, I'm going to freak out.
I will come back another day to do this. I'm not doing this now.
Oh, one time I was behind the desk, and my manager comes to me. It's, like, pretty busy. And he's like, can you say over the speaker, can you say over the mic that somebody needs to move their car from our parking lot? It's employees only. And he was, like, getting mad about it. And I went on the mic for the entire gym, and I was like, whoever's parked in the back parking lot and you're not an employee, you have to move it right now or I'm going to freak out on you. and the guy I was working with, Burke, looked at me and he was like, what? And then my manager was like, you can't say that. You can't say you're going to freak out on them.
I don't know. It's pretty
I love that saying.
Specific.
It is. I'm not really I'm just going to freak out on you. I guess the on part, right?
I'm gonna go crazy. Yeah, freak out. No,
I think it's so funny to say freak out on you.
There's no preposition there that really Like, I'm not sure that gets you into any liability in the first place, but I don't think changing the preposition changes it. Freak out at, freak out on. I'm going to freak out in you. Might be weirder.
In you is definitely the worst.
Yeah.
Freak out in you.
I'm going to freak out below you.
Freak out under you. Freak out inside you.
Freak out inside you is good. I'm going to hop inside you and freak out for a little while.
Yeah. I've never really freaked out on someone. Truly, have you?
Oh my God. Yeah.
What's your most embarrassing freak out?
Okay. I am on the elevator. I am very late to my college roommate's party at an Ethiopian restaurant. He is not supposed to know that we are taking him there.
Okay.
Right? And for some reason, I don't remember why he can't encounter me. Otherwise, that will cause him to know. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what the specifics were, but I do remember that I got in the elevator in my college dorm, and there were a ton of people on there, and all of them had to get on and off at all the different fucking floors until finally we are super full up, and we are down, and I have like 8 seconds before because I've got to get out of here before. Oh, I think I'm supposed to be out of town. I think that's what it is, and he's going to see me if I don't get out fast enough. And then he's going to be like, why is Kurt in town? I thought Kurt was out of town, right?
Yeah, of course.
So someone finally, at like the second floor, dings it, and it opens on another person, and we're all super full. And I'm like, there's no more room. Nobody can get on the elevator because there's no more room. You have to just take the stairs. And the guy in front of me turns, he's like, are you crazy? But I was just pissed because we needed to get down to the first floor so I could get the fuck out, you know?
Oh, my God.
I've done worst freakouts.
Well, what's worse than that? Keep going.
Okay, in Thailand, I had done a bunch of Adderall. I was in a comedy competition with Ahmed. Ahmed was the judge.
I love Ahmed Squared.
Do you know Ahmed?
No.
Ahmed is an also ran to like a Maz Jabrani and a couple other Muslim comics that got real big after 9/11. And seriously,
they exploded?
It was just a thing.
They blew up.
Who is the guy who fucking really became big? There was one guy who had just a great career after it. Anyway, Ahmed still does fine. Probably like a regular at like the Comedy Cellar or some bullshit, right?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyway, he judged, and I had a really great set, but I didn't get through. And I was outside sulking. But I was also drunk. I was on a bunch of Adderall, too. And he was like, man, quit being such a sore loser. And it fucking set me off.
That would probably set me off, too.
He also was kind of an asshole, dude.
I got 2 names
that
are the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But also, he just seemed like he struck me as a dickhead. So I told him to go fuck himself. And he said, Google me.
Whoa.
Yeah, but this is in like 2019. Like, that's not a cool thing to say in 2019. You know?
When does it stop being cool? Or when does it start being cool?
I felt like Google me was a thing you said in like 2010. Maybe.
Sure.
To be like, I'm famous. Fucking Google me.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a douchebag.
It's just douchebag regardless.
It's douchebag, but it's also like dated douchebag.
But it would be weird if you did it in like 1980.
That'd be crazy.
Google me, bitch. And then 40 years later, they're like, holy shit. Oh my fucking God.
Anyway, I definitely could have handled it better. But it wasn't the loss that I was having trouble handling. It's a comedy competition. Who cares?
Yeah.
But it was also, I flew out to Thailand for this, and they brought us out to like a shitty bar at like the edge of town because it was owned by one of the guys who was involved in organizing the competition. So I can't just leave after this either. We got to take a big old bus back to Bangkok. It's fucking annoying, right? Plus, this guy's being an asshole. But I did crash out on this guy, yeah.
Have you ever tried to punch somebody?
I punched a bunch of people.
What?
Yeah.
Has
I've been arrested a bunch.
You've been arrested?
I've been arrested on 3 continents.
Let's go. Okay, go in order from least crazy or least significant.
No. I gotta stop. I've had a.
Oh my god.
No more of this. No more of this.
Okay. We didn't have a conversation beforehand of like what is off and on
No,
limits,
it's just.
Except you did say that thing about not asking about the Epstein list. So what the fuck do you know about that? We've gotten to that point. I've schmoozed you enough.
2 continents, 1 island.
You know who Neil Gaiman is? Which wow, what a name. Poor guy. But
I adore a lot of his work, and it sucks to find out that he's such a creep. Sandman. I love the Sandman.
I thought he was countersuing for defamation. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that stuff?
There's a lot of women who have come out.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know that Netflix cancels season 2 of a show just on vibes. I'm pretty sure there had to have been some investigation there.
There were bad vibes.
But
sad because Coraline was this thing that so many young women looked up to, and like the whole reason he did it was for his daughters and to show them that they could be strong and they were the heroes of their own story, and they stepped on a wasp's nest, and it was a whole thing about fighting your own dragons.
I remember that. Yeah.
I listened to his entire masterclass on
keep
writing.
Going even when you're afraid. Yeah.
Oh, it's a great quote where he's like, "Bravery is not
being afraid. Bravery is being
afraid and doing
persevering.
and doing the right thing and doing it anyway."
But no,
I realized that I was scared.
It sucks that so many of the guys who are like, women and female power. Sorry to get off camera. I've just got to grab vape juice.
Oh, my God. For the audio listeners,
Joss Whedon is also one of those guys.
Who?
Like Joss Whedon, the guy who did Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's another one of those, like, same comic book, sci-fi, big nerd media guys who championed women as protagonists and as beings possessing a strength that the patriarchy doesn't recognize, and then
turned out to be a huge dirtbag.
He turned out to be like a creep. He turned out to be a guy who like abused women, and also like he wasn't like a child molester or some shit, but he was just a shitty person.
Yeah.
And so often, regardless of what the cause is, anybody championing fucking...
It's Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Pull up your pants.
I don't know that Bill Cosby was ever like that big into...
It's not necessarily... It does not like specifically about like in championing women. It's just like anytime you're like performatively a good person,
sure,
in general, you're normally a dirtbag.
Oprah Winfrey has a similar thing. I think to a lesser extent, but Oprah Winfrey also... she platformed Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz and all those fucks, Who else?
But then
Mother
that gave us
was like, keep them poor because it's...
Mother Teresa said keep them poor?
Yeah, Mother Teresa believed that the poor were more purified through suffering and were therefore purer in the eyes of God. And so that...
Does she really believe that, or did she just want to keep them poor?
I don't know that it was like a scam thing. I think it was like an ideological
excuse. I mean, if you can pass
Maybe,
that as like
know what? Honestly,
actual
sometimes
ideology,
it's all a scam. Yeah,
that's a very.
But I would have to look into it.
It's hard to discern.
And I'm not going to.
What? To the Mother Teresa
I would have
thing?
to look into to determine more about Mother Teresa. And I'm gonna. Oh man, I'm so tired of staring at the ugliness of the world. So. It's one of those times that you have to like protect yourself. You're like, I could learn more about this shitty person, but right now I'm just not gonna.
Yeah, it's why you don't Google Ahmed.
That piece of shit. He actually did friend request me on Instagram, and
how many followers?
The friend request just had a single brown hand with the pointing towards you motion. Which I thought was pretty funny, which is uncharacteristic of Ahmed.
He sent an emoji?
Yeah,
you can send an emoji with a friend request?
You send the follow, like the
like the accept
the
thing?
Message request.
Yeah, I see.
And he just sent a single brown hand pointing at me, which is funny, which is uncharacteristic of him. So good for him.
Good for Ahmed.
Yeah.
Shout out Ahmed, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod for sure.
Oh yeah, friend of the pod.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up though.
That's totally fine. How much time do you think we've done?
Feels like an hour and a half.
Okay. Wait. Let me use my unfailing internal clock. 58 minutes.
You think so?
Hour 11.
Well,
Hour 11.
Hour 11 is probably closer. I mean, 90 minutes was.
Hour 19.
Oh, all right.
What'd you say? Hour
I
and a half?
said hour and a half.
We were like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any
still closer.
closing? This was great, by the way. I had a lot of fun.
It's
good to be back. I'm going to get to 50 episodes, everybody. It's going to happen, and then I'll probably quit.
I just want to point out that if I said anything hurtful or offensive, just know that I was a different person back then.
That's true. You've changed.
I've really changed in the intervening, say, 15, 20, 30
minutes. Just like the Megafauna.
Whichever one offended you, add that amount of time into this statement. I've changed a lot since however many minutes ago.
Yes. That Kurt is extinct.
Yeah, he's gone, man, and you
Stop
should really
dwelling on
stop
it.
whining about it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired. He said that thing about Latinos and chicken fighting. Oh, even though there's a paper by Harvard that proves that. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night. Join me in the coming class war.